Hello everyone, Cesare here with more Final Fantasy XIV. Today we got Silly on the line and Piamet to help me voice act the characters in this game. As you can see, we are still in Coerthas. We are in the observatorium. It is very cold here, I'm guessing, because Miro is not dressed for the occasion. Look at that. Alright. But if you recall, we left off helping the Ishgardians find their lost soldier to get access to this giant tower's records so that we could find Sid's airship. But the Ishgardians are not want to help people, so we got to do a little bit more for them to get them to help us. So we're gonna go look for the missing Astrologian as part of this quest here, Men of Honor. Here we go. There's a Choco Keep there. I guess I should probably get that.
When you said men of honor, I thought you said metaboner.
No.
I'm sorry.
You're a loser, Pacament. So, we have a good idea of where he is, or she, I'm not entirely sure. They're on the far side over here. But Astrologians are healers, so there's a good chance that this one's female. Just waiting for Piamat to chime in and complain.
Yes.
Alright. Over here we have the XIV. I need one elm punch. I can then punch off. Oh, this bound wing is one of the things for my hunting log. It's like the only one here though, so I'm not even gonna get them all. Unless I only need one. But I think there's only a few that you need one. This is a male established astrologian. I'm going to voice this one. What a relief to see someone other than them goddamn birdsmen! I thought I could finish my work once the Elixir were away, but they returned far quicker than I anticipated. It was all I could do to hide and hope they might leave before I froze. Wait, who are you? You are not one of our knights. A man of Hasturnder cannot be seen in the company of an unbeliever. Good day, madame. You weren't even hiding, buddy. You were like literally right here, and there's three of them just standing there ignoring you. That's interesting. Hey, I can see the Exal's corrupted eighth right over there. Alright. There's someone over there with a chocobo. It looks to be maybe a pink one, maybe an orange one. Yeah, it looks kind of orangey. Yeah, it's an orange chocobo. I don't see too many orange chocobos. Alright, so we're going to head back to the observatorium now. Because we found their lost astrologian. That wasn't too difficult. You know what though? Just so I don't forget, let's go turn the music up so everyone can hear the music. There we go. Sorry about that. Alright. Up these long staircases yet again. There you go. Okay. Alright, gotta share my screen. PMit, this is you. You see that?
Yes.
Alright, this is Josia.
The arrogant fool returned not long before you arrived, muttering about the disgrace of having been rescued by an unbeliever. Serves him right for underestimating the dangers our knights face every day. But you are eager to locate your airship. It might surprise you that by saving him, you have already aided your own cause. House Durandare is quick to regard outsiders with suspicion, as it is their duty to sound the alarm at the first sign of dravanian aggression, yet you have already aided them twice, for which they are honor-bound to repay you. Even so, they will not grant you access to the Observatorium's records. That is just as well, for there are other ways you might locate your missing airship. What I propose is that you petition Lord Portelain for an official introduction to the other high houses. The word of House Durandare carries tremendous weight in Ishgard. Should the captain consent, you would have little trouble obtaining information from the other high houses.
Alright, thank you, Joka. I'm gonna turn off screen share for now. Where the hell is it? There you go. Alright. Bring up OBS so I can see that time we have. There we go. So, we, despite helping, still are not allowed to have access to the records. So we're going to jump down to the bottom. No, we're going to jump down onto this light. That's what we're going to do. I planned that. Anyway. We are going to go find another way to get access to the records. Why they can't just go look it up themselves and be like, here's the information you need, is beyond me. Then I don't see any extra information. Alright, Portelain. You've got us quite the stir in your short time here. First you slay 2 heretics and save a knight, and now I hear you have rescued a man of our house. I imagine you must desire something for your troubles. In introduction to the other high houses, I cannot deny that you have given us no cause to distrust you, but while you have performed 2 acts, you would have me endorse you to 3 high houses? It is only fitting that you aid us one final time, wouldn't you agree? Alright. If you say so. 3 for 3. Lord Portelain requires you to perform a 3rd task on behalf of House Durandare. Now, I understand you are very eager to find your missing airship. Worry not, for this task should take you to a woman should take a woman of your skills but a moment to complete. Not long ago, a porter bound for Skyfire Locks was ambushed on the road due west of here. Though he escaped with his life, he would very much like his wares as well. On the off chance any portion of his shipment remains, I would have you travel to the scene of the robbery and bring back what you find. Lest you intend to perform only a cursory search, bear in mind that recovering the stolen merchandise will endear you to House Heliantar, further improving the chances that they indulge your request for aid. Alright, so here we are, we're in the cold. Hey, it's actually clear skies here, that's weird. Most of the time it's snowing. Gives you a pretty good look of the land. There we go. Alright, so here's the wares that we're looking for. They're glowing, sparkling here in the distance. Naturally, though, we're probably going to have to fight something. That's true. Miro never mounts. I probably should. That's right. You are being watched. Hooded assailant. Alright, well. You look like a caster, so you get to die first. There we go. Victory! And I'm still being watched. Alright, time to pick up these wares. Okay, now we're gonna go return to Portland. We're gonna go Mount Roulette. And we get the Behemoth. Alright. I don't think this is a good thing to be riding in Coerthas when you think about the fact that the Behemoth spawns here. Alright. Have you good tidings to share, or better yet, stolen merchandise to show? Stolen wares, goods bound for the market and stolen by a band of heretics. I don't know if this is a man or a lady. Hang on, silly, you're gonna voice the ambushed porter. There you go.
Oh no, I made it smaller instead of bigger. That's what she said. God's bless thee, friend. It's all here. Every last, but wait. That chest over there looks like it might have been pillaged. Bloody hells, it's the personal property of Lord Francel, too.
Are you certain? Clearly an attempt was made to open it, but the lock appears to have held. Nevertheless, if you wish to verify the contents against your shipping manifest, be my guest. Fury take me! A Draconian rosary! In the possession of Lord Francel? Yet, perhaps that is not so difficult to fathom. House Helena is whispered to be infested with heretics. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, miss. I shall inform the Inquisitors immediately. Under these circumstances, I must strongly advise against associating with House Heliantar. Your other introductions will need to be postponed as well. It is the duty of every Ishgardian to root out and destroy his heretics. All else must wait until this matter is resolved. Of course it must. Hello, Yusuf. Alright, silly, you can voice Cariel here. Cariel. The Rose and the Unicorn. Sir Cariel has something important to tell you.
Come closer, lass, and listen well. This is for your ears only. Lord Francel is no heretic. He is a goodly, righteous man, wholly dedicated to the cause. I know this because I served House Halenon for years prior to the calamity. You must go to the Skyfire Locks and warn him of the coming storm. The Inquisitors are ruthless and will spare him no mercy. Speak to him of an Edelweiss, and he will know you for a friend. Now go.
Alright. So, we're trying to make friends with these people, and now they're, we're going to be starting ship by, you know, getting involved in their matters. Sounds like a very not smart thing to do. Anyway, Yusuf, hello! We are good, at least I am. I'm not sure how Piamet and Silly are. They can answer for themselves.
I'm awake.
I'm awake. I'm awake. Alright. How have you been? We haven't seen you in a little while. Oh yeah, this is...
Alright, Yusuf. Hello, Yusuf. I'm sorry, I'm tired. I forgot. That's my friend, too.
Yes, indeed. My game is doing that thing where it shifts FPS rapidly again.
And my game does that all the time.
Yeah, that's not good. It's really, it makes streams really choppy when it's constantly shifting FPS. Alright, Francel. Alright, let's talk to you. Yes, you look as though you have something to say. Do you? Is that an Edelweiss in your pocket, or are you happy to see me? Happy to meet me. I see Sir Carol has not forgotten my mother's favorite flower. A pity it has not been seen in Coerthas since the calamity. You may speak freely here, friend. That's absurd! I would sooner die than become a thrall of the dragons. Alas, it matters little what I say at this point. Although the Draconian Rosary was not found in my possession, it will still be considered to be by many to be proof of my heresy. I must do my utmost to prove my innocence to the Inquisitors if they harbor even the slightest doubt. This will only add weight to the incessant accusations our house has suffered of late. It is as though the gods themselves are plotting our fall. You risk much by coming here. It is only proper that I recompense you for this deed. Tell me what you desire, and I shall do my best to provide. A missing airship, I see. It may require a prolonged effort to locate your quarry. I shall direct you to one in a better position to assist you. Lord Hoshaphat of House Forton commands the garrison at Camp Dragonhead. Present to him this letter of introduction. He will surely be receptive to your needs. Alright. Silly, are you ready to voice Hoshaphat? You get the honor.
Ah, I see.
Ah, we get to ride Squirms there. Look at that. You got frozen gooboos over there. That can't be a nice life. Ice sprites. There's even crocodiles somewhere around here.
We're just going to get to Hoshaphat directly at 10 p.m.
We are heading to Camp Dragonhead. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to this Aetheryte. There we go. Now I can teleport here. Hey, Sid and Alphanode are here. Talk to them in a moment.
One thing I didn't know about Final Fantasy XIV, or didn't think of, that people say you can or should do sometimes, is talk to the other NPCs in the area that are involved in the quest, even if they're not the quest text, because they can give
Miro
you
does
context. And I never did that.
Yeah, I do that.
I
I'm
never
about
did
to do
that.
that
I
now.
barely talked to the quest NPCs.
I know.
Alright, talking to Alphanode first, and then Sid. Be ready. We came here to find an airship, yet now we meddle in Ishgardian affairs of state? Gods, if Elisay were here, I would never hear the end of it. Alright, and Sid.
I'm glad we left the observatorium. The people there were not friendly. Though even here I can feel eyes upon us. We are not safe.
Alright, now we're going to go into this building and we're going to talk to Lord Hoshaphat. Jump on his table. That's a good way to enjoy it. Anyway.
I think everyone does that. Ah, the unmistakable swagger of a well-traveled adventurer. If you are come to pay your respects, be at ease, friend. I am not one to stand on formality. Truth be told, I would gladly welcome many and more brave souls like yourself. But enough chatter. Pray, tell me why you have come. Is it voiced?
Nope.
If there is any justice in this world, these charges will receive no serious consideration. It is beyond inconceivable. Ah, yes. The letter made mention of a pressing matter for which you required assistance. What might that be? So this enterprise you speak of was last seen above Coerthas before the calamity 5 years ago. I fear it may prove difficult to find any eyewitnesses to these events, for while Ishgard did not participate in the Battle of Cartano, we were embroiled in our own internal conflicts at the time. Nevertheless, I will make inquiries on your behalf and share with you my findings in the future. In the meantime, please enjoy the hospitality of Camp Dragonhead. As a guest of House Forton, I will see that you are afforded every courtesy.
Excellent. We are now a guest of House Forton. Alright, Horsefont, what else do you have to say? Oh good, you have more. Feats of Strength. Harnessed. Okay, I can wear that, but I'm not going to wear the next piece it's going to give me.
It may take some time before I receive any information regarding your missing airship. While you wait, mayhap you might indulge me a small favor. It is obvious to me that you know much and more of the ways of war. I ask that you share that knowledge with our knights so that they might be better prepared when the next Dravanian horde strikes. One of my veteran knights is presently conducting a training session just beyond our western gate. Pray, seek him out and introduce yourself. He will explain how you can help.
Alright. Piamet, do you want to voice this guy?
A guy? Not particularly, no.
I was kidding anyway.
Oh, fuck you.
Alright, Storied Knight. He's a Storied Knight, alright. A fine evening to you, miss. Lord Archivant tells me you possess a great deal of experience. Certainly more than the green boys I mean to test today. If you will allow, I would like even the odds by setting all three against you. No objections, yes? Then let us begin. Knights to arms! Well, that was abrupt. Alright, well, first we're gonna run away and take that, you sack of shit. That's right, you weren't expecting Mira. Or maybe they were expecting Mira, I don't know. I don't pretend to understand the ways of the world. Oh, you dare stun me? You sack of shit. You didn't stand a chance. Oh, I gotta go back and speak to Horsefont. He doesn't even have anything to say. Jeremy, seriously, stop attacking me. Alright. Ready for Horsefont? I am.
Yes. Oh, it's smaller than it was. What the hell? I observed everything from the western wall. Splendid performance, Miro. Mayhap you have discerned this during your short time here, but House Forton regards outsiders differently than the other houses. We have no objections to employing adventurers and sellswords, for example, whereas the others have, for all intents and purposes, forbidden the practice. They do so at their own peril. To disregard a man's talents solely because of the circumstances of his birth is short-sighted and foolish. No, after watching you spar with our knights, I am reminded that you are a woman of action. Doubtless you would rather take a more active role in my inquiries, yes? Then let us discuss how you can do just that.
Alright, let's equip this war harness. I should probably sell all this old crap. Look at all this gear. There we go, look at that. How exciting that is. This is not cold weather wear. I don't know why they insisted on giving us this outfit for here. Anyway, back to the task at hand. The talk of Coerthas. Lord Horsefont has a proposal for how you might participate in his investigation.
As you have doubtless realized by now, the high houses of Ishgard, House Forton included, are either unable or unwilling to offer you formal assistance in your search. However, that does not mean that there are not influential individuals within each house who are sympathetic to your cause. Lady Nin of my own house, House Forton, who resides here in Camp Dragonhead, rather enjoys the company of travelers. There is also Cravelian of House Hylanart, who can be found at Skyfire Locks, though information you pry from the scribe may prove difficult to parse. Have you spoken with the chief Astrologian of House Duendare yet? Really? Perhaps he will be more accommodating once I inform him that you are a friend of House Forton. Do not concern yourself with House Zimael. I shall contact them myself. Seek the counsel of the three I mentioned and return to me when finished.
Alright, so first one is going to be right here in the town. Why are you all wearing no shirts? That does not seem like the greatest thing in this weather.
That's the Final Fantasy VII reference there.
Yeah.
Or I guess with Zack anyway. Or no, it was in 7.
Yeah, when Cloud was a soldier. Well, not a soldier, but a army grunt. But yeah, they do squats and stuff. It's funny. Alright, Piamet, you ready to voice Lady Nine or Nin? I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm gonna call her Nine.
Sure.
Alright, if she uses a grenade launcher on us, we should be worried.
Why, hello, good madame. What's that? An airship, you say? I hate to disappoint you, but I knew nothing of what you seek. Likely no one of House Fortant does. For if they did, I would definitely know as well. The topic on everyone's lips these days is what will become of young Lord Francel. Some say the allegations are long overdue, given how many members of House Highland have been found guilty of heresy in recent days.
Why, thank you, Nine. I appreciate it. You didn't tell me anything I didn't already know, but...
Oh, I get the grenade launcher joke now.
And landmines. Don't forget landmines.
And flash bombs.
Yes.
Yes. I'm excited for the time I no longer have to use share screen to get this out. That'll improve the quality of the streams. I wonder if I set FF14 on my NVIDIA controls to prefer maximum settings, if that would affect it. I could have sworn there was a setting on, oh, did I skip that past him? Oh, I did. He's in this building. Anyway, there was a setting on OBS, I thought, where it could alter how many frames are being sent. Alright, there's Martellius Crevillian.
Hello, and grant me strength. There must be some way to... Oh, who are you? A friend of Lord Hushif, huh? I want to help you, I truly do, but these accusations of heresy have thrown House Helena into chaos. Right now, we must focus on combating these charges and preserving our reputation.
Well, I don't think you want to preserve your reputation. I think you want to improve your reputation. Because from the sounds of it, your reputation, not good. Alright. So we're heading back down to the observatorium. As you can see, it is nighttime again. It's in the AM, but it's also snowing once again, which you will find it does a lot in Coerthas. For those of you watching that haven't actually played A Realm Reborn yet and played 1.0, yes, this looks a lot different than what it did in 1.0 with the fact that that was like green fields, whereas this is all snow. That's because of the calamity. Climbing up the tower again. I'm not sure if Silly, did you voice the Forlamore?
Didn't voice anything in Coerthas.
Alright.
I gather you have been busy since we last spoke. Lord Harshafat's missive was positively glowing, but if you think that his endorsement is cause for me to disregard Ishgardian policies, you are sorely mistaken. We are at war, madame, and the enemy grows bolder by the day. Why, in the short time since Inquisitor Guillaume arrived in Coerthas, countless heretics have been discovered, even amongst the elite of Ishgardian society. If Lord Harshaphant wishes to waste his days chasing after a long-lost airship, then that is his choice. But if he expects others to share in his folly, then he is truly blind to the present state of affairs. This guy's a dick. Alright, time to jump down again. Let's see if I can land on a light. Nope. Ow. I got left with 1 hit point. Time to mount roulette. We get the drought chocobo this time. Time to return to Harshaphant. See how luck, we're running into the snow now. There's a fellow monk. That's right, last dungeon we did I actually got a weapon upgrade. Yes, indeed, it is used there. Alright, before we see Harshaphant, we need to bring out the fledgling Dota. There it is. Let's do this. Alright, you ready to talk, silly?
Yeah.
Alright, House Harshaphant is right here.
House Harshaphant.
Yep.
By your countenance, I take it you did not learn anything of use. Nor did I fear. It seems the whole of Coerthas is consumed by this talk of heretics in the high houses. We can only hope that my sources in Ishgard provide more pertinent information.
Alright. Road to Redemption. Oh, he's going to give me a weapon upgrade. It's not an upgrade, so we're not taking it. But I will grab this Yarzon shell harpoon. Lord Harshaphant is concerned for Lord Francel's well-being.
I had another personal request to make of you. It concerns Lord Francel, of whom much has been whispered in recent days. I have received a report that he and his 3 knights were seen heading north towards the Steel Vigil. The outpost was long overrun by the Dravanian horde, so I am not certain what he intends to accomplish with such a small force. Whatever his motives, I fear for his safety. Pray, journey to the Steel Vigil and see if Lord Francel's party requires assistance.
Alright, Steel Vigil. This is a place that people always hoped they would make into another dungeon, but they never did. Not that they can, given what it looks like, but, you know, a lot of it could be underground. And the very name of it implies that it could be a cool dungeon. Now we're going to go out into the upper parts of Coerthas here that we haven't seen yet. Oh, I'm riding a griffin. Perfect. There we go. For anyone viewing, sorry for the choppiness. The OBS seems to be shifting the amount of frames it's sending lately, and I can't figure out why. I'm actively working on it, it's going to take some time for me to figure it out. There's some downy avises. Oh, here's an unfit knight. Where's Lord Francel? Please, you must find him! What if I don't want to find him? Oh, there's Francel. He's on the other side of the wall, you loser. I'm excited to get to Churning Mist one day, so that PMET can voice the malingering Moogle. Or the mouthing off Moogle. Silly, you get to voice the unsettled knight.
I will voice the slap.
It's not safe. It's not safe here. We must flee.
Well, yeah, you brought 3 people up into a den of dragons. What the hell are you thinking? Alright. Who goes there? Miro? No, stay back! The fiend is still here!
Sephiroth?
Well, he is the fiend, but in this case, I don't think that's who he's referring to. Right. Alright, Frenzel. What do you have to say for your actions? Alone be praised, you did it! But what of the others? The 3 knights who accompanied, where are they? I know where 2 of them are. One of them's just on the other side of the wall. You know what? I think this is a lady. It is. Alright, payment.
Pac-Man. Okay. Confound it all. How are we to redeem House Holland if we cannot even slay a single Eris? We're fortunate you came along when you did, Miss. Harley... How... I don't know how to say that word. Halliard.
Just say Halenart.
Halenart. Well, remember your kindness.
Alright, this one here is a dude. It can be silly. He hasn't moved at all.
It's because he's lazy. I heard the beast's cries from over yonder. Then Lord Francel is safe? Bless you, miss. Bless you.
That's right. You go to your lord now. Alright. Hey, that's probably the most annoying gill shout ever. Well, this one's also a lady.
With the circles?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just talking about that a bit ago. I'm like, oh my god.
Alright, Unnerved Knight is another lady.
Curse those fiends. It's as though they knew we were coming.
Yeah.
It's what attracted them. Oh, you wanna go? Alright. Well, I have no choice but to oblige. I actually need to go on to this character and do my roulettes on this character this coming week. The quests are finally catching up with my level. It's funny, you didn't stand a chance, but you thought you did. Alright. Now we're aiding this dude, even though I think we already did, but whatever. It was a foolish thing to do, I know. But I had hoped we might demonstrate our devotion by slaying a number of Scalekin. Moreover, it was House Helena that yielded the steel vigil to the Horde many years ago. One might say that our defeat here heralded the slow decline of our house's once great name. We have been brought even lower by these despicable accusations of heresy, and despite my best efforts, I have done naught to improve the situation. The day of my trial approaches. Soon I must accept the judgment of the Inquisitors, whatever it may be. But even should my protestations fall on deaf ears, I will proclaim my innocence to my dying breath. Well, that's good, I guess. Back to Dragonhead. Oh man, I'm gonna ride into Dragonhead on a behemoth. That's the most classy way to go. Alright. I might as well leave that on for now. Alright, Horsefall.
What did you find at the Steel Vigil? Ah, I see. A reckless plan, but at least it did not cost him and his knights their lives. I have news for you as well. A witness to the final fight for the Enterprise has been found. Alas, there was a complication. It has become common knowledge that you paid a visit to Lord Francel at Skyfire Locks not long ago. Upon learning of this, the witness became understandably reticent to make your acquaintance, for fear of being seen in the company of a woman who might later be declared a heretic. A not unreasonable fear, given the zeal with which Inquisitor Guillaume has conducted his investigations. In any case, if we wish to obtain his testimony, we must first clear Lord Francel's name, and by association, yours.
Alright, so we're going to take this Yarzan shell harpoon. Following the evidence, Lord Hushfon suspects that someone is conspiring against Lord Francel. That's unfortunate.
As I see it, the key to proving Lord Francel's innocence is discrediting the evidence against him. I speak of the draconian rosary found in the chest you yourself recovered. If you would, please tell me of the incident in question. So, it was found in a locked chest labeled as the property of Lord Francel. If the rosary was not his, then someone else with access must have planted it. Here is what you must do. Return to Skyfire Locks and speak with Rickerman. He works closely with the porters who ferry goods across Coerthas, so he may have some inkling of who could be responsible.
Alright. So we got our next quest. We are heading down. I really like this area. At least the weather of this area. No, I like the look of Coerthas. I always did, even when I first came here on my first character. The weather was pretty awesome. And the look of Coerthas. Which is why I was hoping more of Heaven's Ward would be snowy areas, but we only got the one. Well, two if you count the dungeon, but... Alright, Rickman. You look like... somebody tampering with shipments. Fury strike me down if all them rosaries found in people's possessions were planted. Hey now, don't you give me that look, lass. I'm a house hailing that man through and through. This heresy's nonsense is bad for me and my family, too. I ain't saying the porters who were bringing the shipment did it, though. I know most of them work the trade routes, and I've never had cause to question their faith. But it wasn't them neither. Then your guess is as good as mine. After all, most every shipment is thoroughly inspected before it... Could it have been the fellas who were responsible for the inspections? Ha! Ishgardian knights and inquisitors, a lot of them. As if they never ever turned their cloaks. Reckon that means the porters are your most likely suspects. Hate to think it, but maybe you should question them. There's a crew coming to Camp Dragonhead from White Britain front this morning. You might consider having a word with them. Alright. So we gotta go back north now. To Whiteburn Front. Oh, we're at the Drat Chocobo again. Look at this majestic beast. Bird of many feathers. Alright. There we go. Apathetic Porter. Silly, you can voice the Apathetic Porter. And then there's the Plain Spoken Porter. This is a lady. Piamet, you get to voice this one.
No time to talk. We're on a tight schedule. Once we've made our deliveries here, we're to deliver parcels to Skyfire Locks.
Excellent. Alright, now the Apathetic Porter.
Beg your pardon? You suspect that we porters have been planting draconian rosaries in House Halenard shipments? What nerve! If you truly believe such nonsense, search our parcels and see what you find.
Alright. You find a draconian rosary hidden inside the parcel. You find a draconian rosary hidden inside the parcel.
Famous last words.
Alright.
Are we finished? If so, I would appreciate an apology.
Draconian Rosary is the brand of an unbeliever and the enemy of the Holy See.
But that's impossible. Once the night at Whitebrim Font concluded her inspection, I loaded the parcels into the wagon myself. And if I had been the culprit, I would have never allowed you to search my shipments. Say what you will to Lord Horshfon, I will not be held accountable for this.
That's fine, buddy. You actually don't need to worry because that's true. If you knew they were there, you wouldn't let me search them. So you just come to Horshfon and be like, yeah, you know, this is what happened. Anyway, here's Horshfon.
Did something happen outside? I thought I heard shouting. Ah, but more importantly, what did Rickerman have to say?
Alright, Draconian Rosaries.
More Draconian Rosaries? And every single parcel bound for Skyfire locks? That beggars belief! Even the Inquisitors must acknowledge that this is no more than a crass attempt to sully House Hallinon's reputation. Whoever is responsible has overplayed his hand. And praise alone that he did. Lord Francel's trial is upon us, and we must act now if we are to clear his name.
Alright, let's take the Mithril Knives. And I leveled up! That's sweet science! Gain 1 attribute point. Enhanced Grease Lightning. Alright, let's put my attribute point in. Now, we're going to take a short break from the main story here, and we're going to go do my job quest. But, before we do that, we're going to reset our recording.